He didn't know it at the time, but Saroyan was a father figure for me. I didn't have a father. And Voyages had just gotten published then, 1971 actually. And Saroyan wrote a little note to my publisher that he really liked the book. It meant a lot to me. Saroyan was my mother's age, a little bit younger than my mother. Was born 1905, and Saroyan, I think, was born 1908. And but Saroyan was born in this country. He didn't experience the massacre of Armenians in Turkey, because his family had come in the earlier on, before 1900. The massacre was in 1915, and so my mother was a survivor of that massacre. She was about 9 or 10, and then she came to this country in 1921, and my father was her second husband. I was born late in 1940, and I wrote that first book, which was largely about my father, and then years passed, and I wrote a novel about. It's about actually an artist who's trying to paint the picture of his mother's mother. My mother couldn't remember her mother's face. She remembered her mother, but couldn't remember her mother's face clearly. And so the novel is based on my personal experience of wondering what my grandmother looked like. And I became an artist while I was writing this book, and so the narrator of the book is an artist trying to imagine what his mother's mother looks like, and in trying to imagine this, he has to encounter the massacre where his grandmother was killed and that his mother survived. And so this book I wrote is about that story, and it was published in, I wrote it in 1980, but was published in 1986 by a small press here in Berkeley, and I did the cover. The cover is supposed to be the grandmother, but actually I did a practice painting of my mother from a passport photo, so this is actually my mother when she was 16. Okay, so I'm going to, and then recently, not too long ago, I wrote a non-fiction book about my mother, and that's largely about her decline in the nursing home, and that book is called The Artist and His Mother. The title is from a famous painting by an Armenian painter who did a painting of him and his mother surviving the massacre, which was called The Artist and His Mother. So that's the background of what I'm going to read. And now this book